What don't you know how to live? What's the life you want to live, and why can't you live it? And what's in your way? And what's the obstacle?
I don't fear.
You don't. What was that? You don't hear or you don't fear?
No, I do. Fear is the obstacle.
Fear is the obstacle. Okay. So you know what is the runes? You got the rune book with you? Let's see. I have the rune book right here. Let's see what it says about fear. Those runes are. I think one of those runes is fear.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my eyes are really getting worse and worse. What's so terrible about it is that um, the incompetency of the medical people that are around to supposed to help me. It's like so it's kind of
Fear is number 23.
Right, 23. It's page 114, I think.
117 is in my book, anyway.
Okay, no, it's the same book. I'm just. So what's it say? Read it out loud.
Patience invites healing as a beautiful landscape calms a troubled spirit. In drawing the rune of fear, it is well to remember that fear usually carries with it a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh.
Do not be dismayed. Have patience with your healing. The divine uses fear, the oracle is saying, to give you what you need. What fear still grips your life, there you will find your victories. Is it fear that keeps you from making a decision in your present situation? Remember that if left unchecked, healthy doubts grow into irrational fears that stop our lives and cause us senseless confusion, doubt, and pain.
There you go.
Amen to that.
Yep.
Does fear of failure torment you? Yes. Fear of success? Yes. Have you been living your life fearing that cries and whispers of the past will never be silent? Take heart, this rune counsels, and know that these are only voices from the past. Those of you who were children of abuse, fear was your heritage. It clouded everything. But that is no longer the case. This rune is a gentle reminder to acknowledge the power of change. Notice where fear lies in the circle of runes. Behind it comes hope, and ahead, compassion awaits. What perfect situation in which to heal our fears. At day's end, this rune comes softly. It whispers in our ear and warns us not to sleep away good lives as hostages to fear.
So, fear is the obstacle. The way to get over fear is to live in every day in every way, to take the peace of the earth and make it stronger, to serve love's co-creation as you are one love, right? And the only way you can do that is moment by moment, not like, oh, I'm going to plan out my day, this part here and this part, moment to moment, you're in that state, right? And you do your best to be in that state. And now, because we're humans, we can't be perfect, but we can do our best. And as you do consciously, the conscious intent I am is to do that. That's your conscious intent, to do that, and to be in the moment in love's co-creation, right? And that's it. Start out with that. And you use conscious intent I am with the conscious intent of being, in the state of love's co-creation in every moment to moment, and knowing your 20 where you are at that moment, and understanding your 360. So you can't be you'll see the moron coming at you 3 blocks away and just walk out of the way. And you practice that moment by moment, day by day, week by week, and in a short time you will have accomplished um, an ability to loosen that scale, that hardness, that shell, and you'll be able to be more and more your spirit rather than your past, rather than your avatar, rather than your soul, which is your Akashic record, right? Of all the stuff your spirit has done forever. And all of that is just what memories are about are a tool to just give you a reference point. Well, back then I was here, but now I'm here. And you look at the difference, and as you live in that state of conscious intent I am, when you do the runes, you'll get the not just, wow, that's pretty close. You'll get what it is, right? And the same thing with the Course in Miracles. So what was the last course? What was the last lesson you read in the Course in Miracles?
I'm actually just finished reading it right before you called.
Well, what was
God is the love which I forgive.
Yeah, your finger's in the page, right? You can tell me what lesson it was, right?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
What I didn't hear what you said, Owl.
I just said, so what was the lesson you were just reading before I showed up?
It's lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive.
Okay, there you go. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Conscious intent of love's co-creation. That's what love's co-creation is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
will you repeat to me? You said, I think, and you've said it before, almost like a prayer, to live every day in every way.
Yes. So in every day, in every way, take the piece of the earth and make it stronger in service to love's co-creation.
Take the piece of the earth
and make it stronger in service to love's co-creation, as you are one love.
In service
to love's co-creation, as you are one love.
As you are.
And see, this is the real conflict we are experiencing right now here on Earth in this illusion of the material world. The only thing that is the problem is the duality between unconditional love and conditional love. And basically, your dynamic with JP is that you're both swinging wildly between both of those two things: conscious and conscious unconditional love, and unconscious conditional love. Conditional love is, I'll love you if you do this, right?
Right.
And unconditional love is, I love you no matter what you do, but because I love you, I can let you go. And energetically, if you let something go, one of two things is going to happen. Either the other person's going to let go, and that way you'll both be drawn to each other. And if you let the other person go and they grasp to cling onto you, they will be, energetically, moved away.
That's basically what has happened. I mean, every time, because I've known for a while that he's, like you said, he's holding me back.
Well, he's not so much holding you back. You're holding yourself back. What he's doing is grasping to hold on to you, which is a different thing from holding you back. The only person that can hold you back is you.
Is myself. You're right.
He can try to grasp onto you, and that, again, what that does is causes an alchemical energetic where you're repulsed, and that repulsion pushes him away.
Yeah. So am I failing?
No, there's no failing. There's, you just got to learn. You just got to. This is class time. And it's like, in high school. I don't know if in your high school they had the language lab where you would go in there and put the headphones on, and you'd hear the voice in Spanish, and then you would repeat it, and then you'd hear yourself. Well, that's where you are. You're in the spirit lab. You know.
Uh-huh.
And JP is just like that recording of Spanish that you're trying to learn. So he's giving you exactly what you need. He's giving you that thing that repulses you, and it's a thing that just doesn't repulse him. It's repulsing you from being you. And you're not failing. There is no failing. What it is, however much time it takes for you to, get into the flow of being. Oh, she hung up. Didn't want to hear that. or, or, let's see if she calls back. Anyway, so you got the picture, Kang. You're the decider. You figure out what it is. It's not anybody else. No one's. I mean, yeah, people can be annoying, so don't be around them. People can be fun. Like the people I had to party with. And the reason why we had so much fun was that none of us were trying to outdo each other, and none of us were trying to control it. And virtually all of us were pretty controlling people, you know. Are you there, girl? Okay. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So what do you think of all that I said?
Well, I lost you at some point. I didn't hear all of it.
Yeah, well, I'm out in the woods and I dropped out.
I know.
And the thing about what's going on, the rich people coming in, and this corporation bought the phone company, and then hornswoggle the federal government to their, COVID money to put a couple million into putting fiber optics here, and they only put it in the rich people neighborhoods. And the rich people don't want the big towers, so they put these 5G towers, not towers, but antennas on top of the phone poles, so you can't really see them. And they are really digital. So those devices only connect to 5G phones.
Right.
I mean, if there are no 5G phones in the area, it will clunk down to my whatever G I am, and I can, like right now. So over the weekend when we're a zillion people here, I couldn't make a phone call. But now that they've all left, there aren't as many people with the 5G phones, so I can make a phone call.
Right.
So anyway, so you're going to have this lesson for the rest of your friggin' life until you basically, and it's, there is no finish line. There is no fixing you. You're just going to get better and better. I'm not a finished product. I'm still a work in progress. I mean, so is quote unquote God.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what is going on. So so when you have a conversation with JP, what is the dialogue? You harp on the same thing. What do you talk about? How are you going to fix it? Do you make a strategy? What is your plan?
I don't know that a strategy is ever really defined, or I think it's more generic. Like, I'm trying. I'm going to get better. I'm going to start doing the things I need to do. But what are those things? I don't know, but I'll figure it out.
Well, I told you both what you need to do. You need to read the Course in Miracle and do the runes together. Yeah, in the Bible, and do them together and talk about that, because all of those tools are great vehicles to talk about all of the issues that you guys have without having to blame each other.
Yes, agreed. Totally. And every time that I've tried to get him to sit down with me and read,
right,
it doesn't happen. He's not there. I mean, occasionally, but I mean, he won't. He doesn't really He's not into it.
So do you say,
Doesn't.
why aren't you into it? Because the thing of, I mean, that is a great thing. I mean, when you're in a relationship, the whole thing is about to share stuff with each other, you know?
Right. Right.
That's why we had such a great time last night at this party. It was no big whoop, you know, it was out in the middle of the woods. I mean, really way out in the woods, this lady's place is way, 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 way. And, and we just were eating steak and the crazy little shit I was making and talking about everything. And like I said, we talked until the sun came up, you know?
Mhm. I need people like that in my life.
Well, I'm out in the place where you would expect no one like that. And I met 4 of them, you know?
Mhm.
And every time I sit down at my friend's store and put out my little sign, with my hand, reader, 2 or 3 people stop by and they're like this, a mom and daughter, um, showed up yesterday before the party at my friend's store. I was waiting around for the other girls to show up because I had no idea where this was and I was never going to find it. I don't have a smartphone that tells me which way to turn. And so, they all showed up at the store. We closed the store, and then we drove up to this lady's place. So I still have no idea where it is. But anyway, these 2 groups of people were those kind of people. I mean, they really had experiences and awarenesses of their life and what was going on and what they were doing. And it was quite amazing. And they were amazed. like, and so if those kind of people can show up in a place where people would say, oh, these are just a basket of deplorables, no, they're not, and so, and they were, some were people who had grown up here their whole, those 2 groups of people who I gave reading to were like, had been here for generations, and great grandma used to do what I was doing, right? And they do it too, but they don't know what they're doing and they're scared, et cetera, et cetera. And so, there is no failure. Well, there she goes again. So, I mean, and that's life in general, gang. And that's why, because I knew, I could. This girl was going through this angst. I've known her for 2 years now, and she's really, I wouldn't waste the time if she wasn't worth it. And so, whoops, putting the hat on backwards. My transhuman goggles. Do. And she's asking me to give her the answer. All I can do is give her parameters, just like I'm giving you guys parameters. Right? It's up to you to do the work. It's your life. You're the decider. Yes, we have the cadre here, and it'd be nice if more of you commented, or left comments on the comment page after the show. Say more thumbs up, get more people to watch. Da 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 da. And I have all of $7 to my name for the next week. It'd be nice if you could throw something in the pig. So this was just a quickie. I'm going to drive, and I'm just like hanging off of out the woods. And I'm going to do another show relatively, like in a few hours. I'm going to, or an hour and a half. I'm going to drive into the city, go to my favorite breakfast place that has pretty good Wi-Fi, and start up again. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. I love you all.